It's Kagurabachi time. And with that, I'm going to pass this one over to Josh.
Kagurabachi, chapter number 71, titled Contest. Alternate title, Me and My Tsundere Daughter.
My tsundere daughter and me.
Yeah. She's actually probably not really a tsundere, but
Yeah, I wouldn't say that, but I get what you mean.
I just felt
It just felt right. It felt right.
Yeah. Last week there was chaos on the fucking rooftop of the Kyoto Bloodshed Hotel, where they were trying to create the seal to help Iori erase her memories and so she could get back to her soft life. But in the process of that happening, one of her classmates came up to the roof, screamed her name, and unlocked her badass, her memories, and with that, her badass capabilities of swordsmanship. That also inspired Chihiro to master the Iori Purity White style / to take out Hirohiko for their round 2 bout. This week, it's a flashback to Iori and Samura and how they got together. Thanks. Yeah, how they how Samura came to raise his daughter, and you know how Iori's parents function, etc., etc. So 9 years ago, we have a conversation, and they're in the hospital right now. They being Iori, Samura, and his wife. I don't remember her name.
Inori.
Inori, thanks. Name Lord. So
Is that me? I'm the name lord?
yes.
Unbiased king and name lord.
Mm-hmm.
I only read it here. That's the only reason I know it.
Oh. Okay.
Thanks. I don't deserve the title of name lord.
Well, you knew more than me, and I'm covering it. So, anyway, yeah, they're in the hospital, and the mom's sick. She's so sick that she can't take care of Iori anymore, so Samura has to do it. And he never really wanted to take care of her in the first place, which is what led to him and his wife getting divorced. You know, he's traumatized from the previous war. All he can think about when he touches people he loves is dead bodies that he touched.
Mm-hmm.
That's a different kind of PTSD.
Yeah.
Or that is actually just PTSD.
It's PTSD. It's survivor's guilt. It's all this stuff.
Yeah, it's probably what John Cena feels. But
all
anyway,
the time.
Yeah. But anyway, we get it. The next few pages we get. I won't get into the montage yet. There's one more scene where Samura runs into Iori at the swordsman dojo.
Yeah.
Swordsman school, whatever.
Yeah, swordsman school.
Yeah. And all the people, all the students that see Samura start dick riding. They're like, "Oh, you're so awesome. He's so cool. He teaches like all the people in the city like how to like sword fight." Da 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 da. And all the while he's getting all this praise, his daughter's getting more and more irked until finally she shouts, "Who cares if he's a hero?" Edge Lord. Tsundere-chan. Tsundere-sama. And she calls him a fucking loser because she abandoned his mom, which, she abandoned her mom. He abandoned her mom, which, yeah, I feel you for that. Anyway, Iori has this thing where she wants to keep competing with her father. It's kind of adorable, actually. That's how they kind of grow a connection. But it starts with her trying to fight him with like the bamboo sword, and she closes her eyes and runs into a fucking column. And when Samura asks why she did that, she says, "It's because we have to be on equal footing. You're blind too." LOL.
Yeah.
But, he's a wild beast. She doesn't know that. He's been blind so long that his smell and hearing on another level.
Yeah. He's Daredevil.
Yeah, his touch is probably on a different level too.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, they go back to see the mom. She screams on him because he let Iori get hurt. And now we cut to a montage of them being adorable, competing. They try to cook, and Iori tries to do it with her eyes closed. To show her father that she could beat him even with the handicap. Without a handicap. It's really cute. They start to grow a little bond. And through this bond, they end up making this really nice box meal for their mom. And she's like, delicious. It's the best. And she's like, I can't wait to have all this cooking. Like, I feel fantastic after it. And she's like, I'm going to get even better at... Iori's like, I'm going to get even better at cooking. When you get out of the hospital, just wait. And the mom is like, well then, I'll just have to hurry up and get well, won't I? See, this is the thing, right? I read it. Most of the time, I read these chapters on my phone. So you get them page by page, right?
Yeah,
when
just
I read
a
them
single page. Unless you're in like landscape mode. But usually we're in portrait.
Right, you're usually in portrait, unless you're a crackhead or you're looking at a 2-page spread already.
Mm-hmm.
So when I tell you the shock I felt in the next page, as
immediately
we see
next page,
a memorial for her dead mother, who said who was going to try her hardest to stay alive and lied to her daughter. She lied. Yeah, she's not going to come back later like, oh, you wasn't actually dead this whole time? No. Pack.
It's mom pack.
Yeah. So, and I'm saying it this rough to y'all because that's how I felt when I turned that page.
Yeah. No, it was just immediate. And she's dead. Yeah, she's gone. She's all gone.
Yeah. Everyone's crying. It's really sad. Right after she said those words to her daughter about trying hard, later on, her and Samura have a conversation. And she's like, look, I'm sorry. I don't think I could last much longer. And Samura's just happy that she was able to tough it out for a year. And she's acknowledging that, he's really changed and turned into like a decent father and someone that definitely can be responsible for Iori. It's really sweet. They have their moment, and he puts Iori to bed. He goes outside to smoke a little cigarette, and at his doorway, he notices someone's there. He says, "Who are you?" And we see this snake-faced motherfucker.
This fucking guy, Yura.
Yeah, thank you, Yura. Pleased to meet you, Seiji Samurai.
Pleased to meet you, Seiji Samurai.
I have plans, and those plans have plans, and I went over it with the guy from Bleach.
I've planned it so much. I planned so many plans.
Yeah. Hirohiko, he's just my plaything.
He's my pawn.
He's my pawn. It doesn't really matter if he loses. It doesn't matter if any of us loses. It's all okay.
Because I have a plan.
Yeah. All right. Now that our fucking touch of tism rant is over.
Yeah. Touch of tism rant.
Oh, man. I wish Brian was here.
Yeah.
Back to the chapter. Yeah, so that guy, right? He's speaking to Samura. And Samura's like, I don't know who you are, but do me a favor. Don't make me draw my blade. You're going to die instantly. I don't want to get blood on me. I'm already mad about my wife.
My wife.
And Yura is like, for the future, huh? Don't worry.
Why'd you say that? What?
I'm just adding the... There's no consistent accent for him. It's all different weird things all
I
the
see.
time. Because he's a spaz in my mind. He's drawn cool card collector, but I know he's a freak. So, yeah, he's like, for the future, huh? Don't worry. We're just here to talk, ellipses, about the sins you lot committed. Specifically, that guy that we keep showing and foreshadowing.
Yeah, the master of the Shinuchi.
Yeah, the master of all sin and badness.
Evilness.
And he says, and the disaster that will befall this country as a result a few years from now as we see in a destroyed city. And a nice flower. That means something. That has to mean something.
Isn't that like a Shinuchi thing?
Yes. It probably is. And just like that, that's the end of the chapter. Chris, what are your thoughts?
Ooh. You know, reading this chapter and discussing it here in the podcast has really made me appreciate it a little bit more. One things I do love is that Iori seems to be like Iori was not like a person with not a lot of personality. She just had kind of a more mild-mannered personality because, you know, all we've seen of her is just being a normal after just a normal like teenage girl. So, you know, it felt not bland, but, you know, it was just like kind of a regular character. But it was good to see that like in her youth, she does have like something going for her. She has like a little bit of, I guess, agency, just like more of a go-getter type of character in competing with Samura.
Yeah.
I really like that dynamic. I didn't think that that would be the dynamic that they shared. I thought it was more of you know, like a typical relationship a parent would have with their young child.
Daddy's little girl.
Yeah, type of thing. But no. I mean,
They had to grow into that.
yeah, but now it's like we see that Iori was rightfully kind of like resentful towards her dad for not being there. And creating this kind of like competitive dynamic was a good way of, you know, naturally kind of forming those bonds with each other because they're competing with each other about everything, whether it's the swords, or just or even cooking. And, you know, you could see that even though there's probably still obvious resentment there for the past, like she hasn't forgiven him or anything, there is something of a bond being formed, and there is, you know, they seem to be like forming a good relationship through this dynamic.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I did think that was wholesome too.
yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I like seeing this facet of Iori's personality. I'm hoping to see more from her in this way. But you know, I think this is first for me, but I'm glad I didn't really like declare my RGC because I do want to give it to Kagurabachi this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
I just really liked the dynamic. I thought this was a really well written chapter, especially even on Samura's part. Like Samura's character is very touching in a way where, you know, Inori asks him what he thinks about Iori, and he's like, she's cute, and she's like, even though she's blind, and he's like, hey, listen, I don't have to see. She laughs like you, which was I thought was a very touching kind of line. So, you know, I guess now we're gonna see where Samura went wrong, which is a bummer. And you know, it's good to see that Yura came in, and like it's an interesting dynamic to come in and play on Samura's PTSD and his like survivor's guilt.
Yeah, that's definitely what's about to happen.
So, yeah, I'm curious if we will get to see like what happened back there, if they're going to tackle that while they're at it. I doubt it, but they showed the Shinuchi master for a reason, I imagine. So, yeah, I had a good time with this.
He's a monster.
He is a monster. But I had a good time with this one. I'm very excited to see how this all ends up. I can't help but think that Samura is going to actually show up at the hotel.
Yeah. He's seen all of this.
Because, like, the memories are back. He knows where they are. Mm-hmm. You know, like the owl in the sky probably knows exactly where they are. So, yeah, I'm excited to see how this all climaxes.
He's gonna pull up on Chihiro. And they're like, see, look, it's not the enchanted blade.
I didn't use the
It's
N10.
a regular sword.
I didn't use it.
And I'm defending your daughter, so don't.
Yeah, so back off,
All right.
weirdo.
Don't kill me.
Don't kill me.
Doesn't count.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to see. But Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
I enjoyed it a lot too. Honestly, this wouldn't have been my RGC if it wasn't for One Piece either. My second favorite is the next series, but man, this was a nice backstory. I agree with you. I think this really helped to fill out Iori's character. She felt a little hollow before, which is not like,
Yeah, she
talk
wasn't
about
a
the writing.
bad character yet.
We didn't know. We were still learning.
Yeah, we
about
just
her.
didn't know a lot about her. And she seemed like kind of regular,
Yeah,
nothing like
yeah.
crazy standout. So
Shit, if anything, the author did a good job at like kind of selling us that she was gonna just be this regular girl to protect, and then now we're getting this whole wealth of backstory after finding out she was this cool, like has these swordsman abilities. I mean, I think it's being executed well. The backstory's done well and it's still going. So, man, yeah, like Kagurabachi to me at first was just a really cool series because of the artwork and the fighting and how how cool Chihiro looked when he fought and shit, right? With the goldfish. But man, like the story is really starting to flesh itself out. Especially through its characters. And here at New Jump City Podcast, we love us some character development.
we're all about characters.
We love it. Shout out to World Tricker. And Swan Piece. I mean, I got like fucking 12 characters on my shirt right now.
Frankie. I'm honoring One Piece with Frankie at 300.
Do I have Franosuke? Yes, I do.
You do have friends.
That's my favorite name of
Yeah,
Frank.
I thought it was Bonkichi.
Shit.
Bonkichi.
I gotta think about that.
Yeah, it's either Fernosuke or Bonkichi.
Bonkichi's really cool. Anyway, that's all I got to say. I don't want to drag it out. Love the chapter.
Yeah.
Kagurabachi.
Kigs.
I love reviewing it.
Me too.